Good morning, good morning. Well, I've been working on my lawnmower for 3 days, my little push mower, and I can't get it running. I just about threw my shoulder out trying. And I've been needing to get a zero turn now for a couple of years. I used to own a landscaping company, for y'all that's been following me for a while. And I had a zero turn, but I left all of that to my son whenever I left Florida, turned the business over to him. And now that I've got a lot more grass on Come On Mountain, it's time to go ahead and get something that can cut the grass, and also for all the future grass that's going to be growing, and also maybe even be able to cut some of the fields later on. So we're at Woods, and I've been looking at all of their zero turns over there, and now I'm going to go talk to somebody and see what's going to fit my budget and fit my needs, and I'm going to bring you guys along. Woo, that was expensive, guys. We ended up going with the Bad Boy 60-inch cut. It was the best bang for the buck. They had a little Father's Day sale going on, so I went ahead and went with it. I did not buy it cash. I actually ended up financing it for a very short-term loan. I didn't really want to do it, but I can't afford to put that much cash out right now, and I need my grass cut. So we're going to go ahead and get the ramp set up and go ahead and get this thing loaded and get back to Come On Mountain. All right, guys, we got that bad boy loaded up, literally. Let's do a little walk around real quick. It is the 725cc ZT Kohler 7000 series. Kohler is the same 7000 series, the same motor I had on my zero turn when I had the landscaping company, so I'm familiar with it, and it tends to be a pretty good motor. And went ahead and got a 60-inch deck. And also, guys, what you want to look for whenever you're buying these zero turns right here, if it has rounded edges, then it's a stamped deck, and they use very thin sheet metal, and they do not hold up. You hit anything with any kind of size, it can put a hole through your deck, and it's all downhill from there. This right here, as you can see, it is a steel deck, a whole lot thicker and welded, so it should hold up a lot better. And I also like the fact that it's got the slick tires on the front, so it don't mess up all of that pretty grass that I've been planting. And I got a lot more grass to plant. All right, let's get this back to the mountain, get it unloaded, and finally get this grass cut. Come on. All right, we made it back to the mountain with no incidents. That's always a good thing. Let's get these ramps set up. As you can see, it's about to rain again. It's been raining all morning. Let's go ahead and get this thing unloaded and under some cover. Then hopefully it'll dry out soon and I can finally get this grass cut. Well, I couldn't resist, guys. I had to cut just a little bit. It is wet, so I don't want to mess the yard up too much by cutting right now. I'm going to let it dry out. But it cut that area pretty fast. And then I just did 2 swipes on the backyard right here, and you can see the difference. That grass is coming in real good here in the backyard. I like it. All right, I gotta go set a live up because I got to go live tonight and back the trailer up and all of that, get it unhooked. And then hopefully in the morning I can get a little window of opportunity to get the yard cut. It won't take long with the 0 turn before we get more rain. All right, guys, it's late in the next day. It rained all morning long and all night last night until about 11:30 this morning. It's probably about 4 o'clock right now. As you can see, the sun is starting to set over there. I've given it all the time that I can give it today to dry out. I'm gonna try to go ahead and get the grass itself cut today. As you can see, there's still some water and there's still some wet areas right here. Hopefully the lawnmower don't mess it up. It does have the slick tires in the front, and I'm gonna try to do as least amount of turning as possible and just kind of do laps around here. I'd like to go ahead and at least get the part that I need to get cut with the lawnmower done, because it's supposed to rain all week and I'll be able to weed eat in between rains. That's not as bad as the ground and stuff kind of being flooded. But I'm curious to see what it's going to look like. You can see Domino just drunk some water right there. Some standing water. Don't drink that. There's some water standing there. But the drainage is pretty good. It all piles up right there that I've showed y'all before. I still have to dig a trench to get it to go down the mountain right there. But I've kind of picked up things around where the edges and stuff are. I'm gonna go ahead and weed eat around that whole area over there. I don't want to pull the brand new lawnmower over there and end up hitting a big rock or something till I can see what's in there. And then I'll start working on making it more lawnmower friendly. I did end up getting a new weed eater because my weed eater was just as bad as the lawnmower. It was also a Troy built. Well, hey Midnight, everybody's been asking about you. Just fed the animals, so Midnight's up here getting her little Scooby snacks, huh? Everybody's been asking about Midnight. Midnight's just been doing a lot of hunting. It's springtime now, so there's a lot of butterflies and all kinds of other stuff that she likes to chase, so she's been on the move. But I did end up getting a 130L Husqvarna real weed eater, because the Troy built that I had was just as bad as the lawnmower over there. We couldn't even use it last season. I ended up having to borrow Mike's to weed eat around here, and now that I've got so much grass, I don't want to have to constantly borrow Mike's, because then with my luck, just like with Anthony's lawnmower, it'll end up breaking and then I'll have to replace it, and then I still won't have a weed eater. But I need to get this hose up right here, put it back over there where it goes. We had this from the meetup, that way I can get closer to the edges right here, and I can get almost to where the rock is right there all the way around. I've already went about as far as I want to go there until I make sure that there's no nails or wire or anything like that, and I'm gonna end up weed eating all of that back there. Making some progress, making some progress. All right, let's get this moved and get this new bad boy fired up and see if we can cut some grass. Alright guys, that worked out wonderfully. I guess that thing ain't too heavy, and with those wide tires didn't mess up the yard at all. So now I'll be able to weed eat tomorrow. But look at all this grass on Come On Mountain now, guys. I need to weed eat up there, up there. Did hit a little bit of trash. Look at this backyard, guys. That is amazing. I'm gonna have to weed eat all of this right here. I will be clearing all of this out right here. And that'll be where I'm storing the lawnmower for the time being. I did end up going up in here because I could see that there wasn't nothing here. But as you can see, I got a bunch of rocks and stuff right here. So I'm just gonna weed eat all of this. That way I can kind of see what I need to get cleaned up right here. And weed eat around there. Same thing with the front of the cabin here. This is where all those boxes were laying in the last video. So it did mess the grass up a little bit in these two areas. I will be putting some more grass seed down tonight. But in front of the tiny house, grass looks amazing over here. I've already put some more seed right here. And also when I went to town to get the weed eater, I also went ahead and got some fertilizer, some turf builder stuff to spread out after I get everything cut and weed eated, especially with us getting light rain for the rest of the week. It'll be a perfect time to go ahead and get that spread out as well. And also got a whole lot of weed eating to do right here and the front of the cabin. But I am loving all the grass, guys. Even the areas over here where I parked all the time, I'm not so much worried about this. I'm not putting a lot of effort into this because the extension of the tiny house will end up coming out here, and this will end up being a driveway. But even over here where the driveway was, it's starting to fill on across. I did add more seed over here as well, but it looks amazing. All right guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. I will see y'all in the morning, and we'll get some weed eating done as soon as it stops raining. Good morning guys. Well, it rained again last night. Still kind of wet out. You can see the water still on the grass. Good morning. Good morning. I know it. Good morning. All right guys, you can hear the weed eater behind me. I got a Husqvarna 130L, I think, and I've already gassed it up, got it warming up. We're gonna start weed eating today. Go ahead and get all the weed eating done, and then at the end of the day, before it rains again, hopefully, I got some Scott's Turf Builder fertilizer stuff to put down on the grass as well. It's gonna be a long day. Hopefully the weather works out for me. We're calling for rain literally every day this week. All right, let's get to work. Wow, I almost forgot what it was like to have real equipment. So we got everything taken down here around the cabin. I do have a blower. I'll blow all of this off, and some of it I'm going to rake up and give to the rabbits. But the cabin looks good. I also went around the side of the cabin there and the front there that I'll show you. Also did around the front of the tiny house, and also all the way around the rock. I will end up putting up some borders around this rock area whenever the creek down there dries up, where I can get access to bigger rocks. Also weed eated all along the front of here. I'll blow this off as well. Like I said, I'm going to rake some of this up and give it to the rabbits. Now we're going to work our way over here. This section right here is not too bad. Just got to move some things out of the way. But over here on the side, that's another story. It has gotten pretty tall over here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this knocked out as well. Then we'll work our way around the back of the cabin. It's a whole lot faster with a good weed eater though, I'll tell you that. And I didn't have to pull it 1900 times to crank it. All right, it turned out pretty good behind me. It was thick and there was a lot of water and stuff over there. As you can see, the ground is just saturated, but it turned out good. I am going to end up moving the generator over there in the near future, build a little shelter over there and extend the wire to get it away from the front of the tiny house here, so that ain't the first thing you see when you pull in, and also to quieten it down just a little bit, even though it's not that loud inside the tiny house, because I did soundproof the tiny house with all of that rock wool insulation. Now we're going to move on to the back of the cabin and also the fire pit area right there before we jump on that section right over there and right around the tents right there. I'm not going to do back there. I'm letting the rabbits take care of that. And also I need to get those tents moved, and then I will be taking lift with the box blade and leveling all that out for the raised bed areas. Yeah, a lot going on. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and keep weed eating before it rains again here on Come On Mountain. All right, got this area right here done. Looks good. Also got around the fire pit area done. I'm gonna have to mix something up to kill these weeds. That right there just proves that landscaping fabric right there doesn't do anything. I have landscaping fabric all up underneath here, and look at all the grass that's on here. It's useless. It's useless. All right, next up, we're gonna start tackling this back area right here. I'm not gonna do all of this right here yet. I'll use Uber to take care of that because I need to level it out and put seed, and there's a couple of stumps there that still need to be picked up. And we're gonna work on this area right here. Getting close, guys, getting close. I got a little weed eater happy. I can barely see through my glasses. So I weed eated all of that way out there beside the patio well shed and behind it. I did all of this beside the patio well shed. Got all around there. There's about to be a massive cleanup in this section right here because both of these temporary canopies are moving to the boneyard. But that should keep down the danger noodles a little bit. I did in front of each of the canopies. I moved my kayak out. I need to get my kayak up under some kind of cover. Weed eated all around here, around the front and around the back of both of those. And I decided to go ahead and do quite a bit of this and clear a nice path to the golf cart because that still needs to be fixed. I left some grass here for the rabbits, but I went ahead and weed eated around here and also behind here. Sawmill and all the way down that way, which I don't think y'all can see on the camera. Well, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and then we're gonna put the fertilizer down. But the weed eating is done. All right, before I lay down all the fertilizer, I decided I would go ahead and blow off all the areas where I weed eated. I get a chance to use my new 40-volt Ryobi blower that Pops got me. Appreciate you, Pops. We're about to put this thing to work. Joker's got some power and it is quiet. Check this out. All right, the batteries needed to charge for the blower just a little bit, so I went ahead and grabbed the rake and raked up some snacks for the adult rabbits, because the babies get moved around in that rabbit tractor, so they get fresh green all the time. So this will be a nice treat for the adult rabbits, the breeders. Told you guys, we've been getting a lot of rain, tons of it. You a big old one to chew on. Hey, mama. Old Gandalf is chewing away. So is the mama. You like that? All right, went ahead and moved the babies. Well, they're not so much babies anymore, but as you can see, they're on fresh green grass as well. All right, now that I got all that done, the battery should be charged. I'll blow a couple of more little areas, and then we'll go ahead and get that fertilizer down.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go. So come what may. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes. My crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, well, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now.
Well guys, that is a wrap. I have showered. It has been a long day. As you can see, the sun is starting to set behind me. But the yard turned out absolutely amazing. Domino thinks so. Turned out really, really, really good. I'm happy with it. We still got a whole lot of cleaning left to do. We still got to move those 2 buildings behind me to the boneyard, get that area cleaned up and ready for the raised beds area. But this was a long 2 days, but it was something that was definitely needed. It's definitely going to help keep the danger noodles from around here. And you know I don't like those danger noodles. I also remembered to finally take those ripped flags down on the back right there, and I've got a new one that I'm about to put up right there. That one's not ripped up, but it is faded. So a subscriber sent me a new flag, so I'm going to get that hung up tomorrow. And we also got to move the goats tomorrow. So another busy day. Hopefully Mother Nature works with me again. It didn't rain today, gave me a good day to get all of this done. But it is supposed to rain tonight, and it is supposed to rain tomorrow. But we'll work around it and keep things moving forward. But that's going to be about it for this one, guys. And until we see each other again, come on, let's go on another adventure.